Are you a perfectionist? When you do a task, do you need to thoroughly plan it out, make sure everything goes exactly according to your plan, or do you need to redo it or just throw it out altogether? Is one of your favorite sayings, do it well or not at all? Well, believe it or not, if this is true, you may be prone to perfectionism. And the thing about this is that it actually can be something that kind of gets in your own way. It can be a way for your mind to actually sort of trick you into not doing what you want to do, into not moving forward and not achieving your desires in order to keep you exactly where you are, to keep you safe. Let's kind of talk about it a little bit more. Hi. My name is Keisha Dent. I'm a certified mindset hypnotist and the author of Life Change Now. And before we continue, I want to also invite you to, if you haven't already, to please enter the summer 2023 giveaway contest that we're doing. Basically, I would love to know more about how to serve you. I'd love to know about the issues that you're going through and what you need help with. So I ask if you can please just take a little bit of time to fill out a quick survey at newworldhypnosis.com/giveaway. And we will be giving away a copy of my book, Life Change Now, as well as a copy of this awesome little fun oracle deck by Danielle Malin called Decoding Your Fears. And of course, I talk about fear a lot, which is also something we're going to be talking about today. So in this book is all about change. Okay? So change is really the order of the day. Okay? So in this book, Life Changing Now, we talk about why your sense of identity is everything when it comes to manifesting the life that you desire. We talk about how to finally find that ideal balance between like masculine energy and action that creates results. We talk about your one superpower that you will have that you have to really understand to really create the life that you want. It is all about creating lasting change and really about just a few weeks. Okay, so definitely check that out. And this will be included in that giveaway for one lucky winner, as well as this awesome card deck. And this card deck, what I love about this as well is it's really good for those of us that aren't super woo-woo and into a lot of spiritual things. I personally am. But even if you're not, this is actually a really wonderful card deck that actually works at the psychological level because it simply helps you to figure out how to get out of your own way, how to overcome challenges, and how to move forward. And who doesn't need that, right? So it's very, very helpful in order just to kind of get out of your own patterns. Because we tend to run into the same issues over and over again because we tend to think in the same ways over and over again. So this is a different way to kind of break those patterns to get different results. And one of the main things that we need to overcome is, of course, fear. So I feel like this is be an awesome little tool to use to be able to overcome fear. Okay, so enter that. The website is right there on the screen as well as the deadline. And it is, again, newworldhypnosis.com/giveaway. Thank you so much and good luck. All right, so are you a perfectionist? Would you classify yourself as such? And this can be a very interesting and tricky question to ask because a lot of people know automatically they are. They're just like, yeah, that's me. It's always been me. And they've always been someone who is very driven and always going to a certain level. But it actually can be a trickier question. I actually would not describe myself as a perfectionist at all. When I think of a perfectionist, I tend to think of people who are very, very type A, need to be in control at all times. People who are high achievers, always got excellent grades. We're on 18 million different achievement-based clubs. And that never was really me at all. And I was definitely I could shirk things off and like not really care. But it's interesting when it really comes time for me to want to do well on something. That's actually when the perfectionistic habits can come in. And it took me a while to realize that within myself. One reason too, that a sign that you may actually be a perfectionist, even if that you're like me and a type A sort of description doesn't really register with you, is if it takes a long time for you to do tasks, for you to do certain achievements, for you to do anything, because you are very methodical about it and you want to make sure you do it right. And this in itself is not a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing. And of course, our society certainly rewards people who take their time, are methodical, are very goal-oriented, and want to do well, want to perform well. But where that can kind of get in the way is when we want to do something new, when we want to achieve something, when we want to turn a page. Because this involves being new. This involves kind of putting on the fool's hat. And when you put on the fool's hat, whenever you're trying to do something new, enter a new sort of relationship, whenever you're trying to enter a new career, start a new business, anything that is new for you, change habits that you have been doing for a long time, it really requires you to be vulnerable and to be open to making mistakes, making a mess, and not looking so great or doing such a great doing such a great job, especially at first. So a lot of us have an issue with that. We have this vision in our head of rocking things out perfectly and amazingly right from the get-go, right from the jump. And of course, life is not really like that. And we're human. And anytime you're going to do something new, you're going to have to be willing to make a mess. So if you suspect that this is you, it's really important to be mindful of that and to know, and to first of all, ask yourself, why do you think this is the case? And to really ask yourself as well, what story am I telling? What do I really want to be seen as whenever I'm trying to do this perfectionistic, living up to these perfectionistic habits? Because if we find ourselves kind of getting in our own way and looping, this could be a sign that perfectionism is actually contributing to self-sabotage. So what do we mean by self-sabotage? Again, we really are talking about a tension or a battle between conscious desires and unconscious, perceived needs. And this often results in unharmonious or really conflicted behavior where we're not moving forward. We keep falling back. And one of the biggest ways that this kind of shows up, and especially for me, is in business. Okay. This is one of the things, especially with women, oftentimes with women in business, women actually struggle with this probably more than men. Women are, and a lot of, non-cis male people in general are often just kind of trained from early on to be very, very neat, to be very methodical, make sure you do well, etc. Very, very pleasing and moving forward. And this can get in the way when actually what's called for is messiness and kind of just being able to experiment and work fast and make a mess. There's even the famous saying, in Silicon Valley, what is it? Go fast and break things or something like that. And honestly, a lot of that energy is often needed in a lot of life's new adventures. Business, of course, being famously one of them, but you can actually say that often with other things as well. And a perfectionistic need to make sure everything is just right before you act. Everything is just right before you make that call. Everything is just right before you present yourself to make this presentation, before you ask for a promotion. All of these things can be a way for us to actually kind of hold ourselves back and remain in a safe place. Because the theme is, if everything's so perfect, then you'll feel good about it. Well, the truth is, a lot of times things won't feel great. They'll feel very scary and unsecure, and that is the way it's going to be. All the perfecting in the world is not going to change that. So it's oftentimes that we just have to say F it and just move forward. Okay? So of course, you can always get to this point with journaling and figuring that out on your own, with a coach, working things out. And one way also is through hypnosis. If you're interested or curious on how hypnosis can actually help you to overcome self-sabotaging habits, getting out of your own way to overcome fears, and definitely check out my website, newworldhypnosis.com. There you'll find free resources as well as a little sign up where you can sign up for a free consultation with me to find out how hypnosis can help you. Of course, there's no risk at all, just a free time with me to chat, find out what hypnosis is really about, get your questions answered, and to see if we would be a good fit. So that is it for today. I hope you're enjoying your summer. And I wish that you continue to just move forward, be yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself, and know that you can do anything. All right. So important. All right. Well, thank you so much for that. Enjoy, and we'll see you next time. And remember always, in order to change your life, you must first change yourself. Thanks. Bye.